Hello and welcome to What the Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. Welcome to day 1220. The Supreme Court approved a white-dominated congressional district drawn by the Republican-controlled South Carolina legislature, reversing a lower court decision that found the map was an unconstitutional racial gerrymander that resulted in the bleaching of African-American voters from a district. The decision, however, will not have a direct impact on the 2024 election. South Carolina had asked the justices to issue a decision by January 1st, but after that deadline had passed, the lower court to use the map, which had been deemed unconstitutional, for this year's election, regardless of whatever the Supreme Court would eventually rule. Moving on, a second flag that is known to be carried by rioters on January 6th was flown outside of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito's vacation home in New Jersey. The Appeal to Heaven flag has been embraced by Christian nationalists and, much like the inverted U.S. flag, was carried by rioters at the Capitol on January 6th. The flag dates back to the Revolutionary War and was displayed at Alito's New Jersey vacation home in July and September of 2023. An upside-down American flag, a symbol of the Stop the Steal movement, was hung outside Alito's primary residence days after the January 6th attack. Democrats, meanwhile, called on Alito to recuse himself from cases related to Donald Trump and the January 6th insurrection. In the coming weeks, the Supreme Court will rule on whether those who stormed the Capitol can be prosecuted for obstruction and whether Trump is immune from prosecution for actions he took while president. Meanwhile, House Republicans temporarily banned a Democrat from speaking in the chamber after he listed off Trump's criminal charges. Representative Jim McGovern said Donald Trump might want to be a king, but he's not a king. We have a presumptive nominee for president facing 88 felony counts, and we're being prevented from even acknowledging it. These are not alternative facts, these are real facts. And yet in this Republican-controlled House, it's okay to talk about the trial, but you have to call it a sham. McGovern then went on to list the counts that Trump is facing, including that he's on trial for sending a hush money payment to a porn star to avoid a sex scandal during his 2016 campaign, and then fraudulently discussing those payments in violation of the law. He added that Trump is charged with conspiring to overturn the election and stealing classified material, and said that a jury has already found him liable for rape in a civil court. Republicans interjected and demanded McGovern's statement be taken down from the congressional record, and when McGovern declined to withdraw them, it prompted an extended delay. His remarks were eventually ruled out of order, and he was blocked from speaking on the House floor for the rest of the day. And finally, the Republican-controlled Louisiana legislature reclassified abortion pills as a controlled and dangerous substance, making the state the first to criminalize possession of the drugs without a prescription. Once it's signed into law by Republican Governor Jeff Landry, mifepristone and misoprostol will be classified as Schedule IV drugs, despite the FDA repeatedly reaffirming over the past 25 years that the drugs are safe and effective. Abortion is already banned in Louisiana, with no exceptions for rape or incest. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.